What's going on, Charles Tubers? Welcome back to another video, a reaction video. I know I've been away for a little while, doing a lot of restructuring, but someone had sent me this and told me they want to see my reaction to it. I haven't seen much about this trailer, but I know that everyone's been tearing it up online. I have seen some reviews, but I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys my first reaction of it, and then you guys can see how I feel about it. But I don't know, it's been a while since we've seen anything when it comes to Green Lantern, and he's one of my favorites. But let's just go ahead and get into the video. You guys just stay tuned.
With all due respect, we've been training for what, 2 months? And I haven't even worn the ring yet.
Don't get hung up on the jewelry, Junior. You're just a fucking substitute teacher. You're not ready to get up in front of the class until the ring says you are. Alright.
I could have died.
You want me to train you? I'm training you.
Something is off here. I can feel it.
This is my town. You're a big shot. Noted. But stay the fuck out of my way.
Think she hates your guts.
It's the way she hates them.
This is a stupid plan.
And it's stupider.
That I don't doubt.
What's the plan?
Green Lantern's oath is to protect people. And we both know I do a better job of this than you.
This is my job.
Emmy Award winner Aaron Pierre, all right.
Change it. So take a deep breath, Junior.
You're old. You're tired. Your time is up. I don't understand. Who are you exactly?
Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
Oh wow. August.
Have you ever talked with the other lanterns?
I'm the only human. They're aliens. One of them's a fucking squirrel.
Okay, wow. So yeah, that was the Lanterns trailer. Well, you guys, I don't know. Well, first let me just start off by saying what I liked about the trailer. I liked I liked that they got Aaron Pierre in it. I think it's I really enjoyed his performance in Rebel Ridge. I think that's what it's called, Rebel Ridge. Yeah. So I don't really know any other Aaron Pierre projects, but I loved him in Rebel Ridge. Rebel Ridge was really good. I think he played a Marine, or was he a Marine? Special Forces or something like that. He played a good ex-soldier in that. So I'm kind of happy that they got him in for John. But it doesn't really, you can't really tell that from the trailer. You really can't tell anything from the trailer. Like, just watching it, there's not a whole lot to like about it. It really doesn't tell you that much, about the plot, about what the show's even about. If I was going to get, someone interested in this series on HBO Max, I just don't know what it's about. you know, just putting lanterns up there, you know, as for the title, you know, even if you didn't know, you know, the creatives behind who's making it, you know, just showing this to a random person, they'd be like, what is this? So what I did not, so that's what I liked about it. I liked that they got Aaron Pierre in it. So what I did not like about it, there's a lot to not like about it. You know, me being a comics fan, animated fan, superhero film fan, there's a lot I didn't like about it. I really didn't know. One, I don't like the way it looks. You know, when I heard that they were going to announce this, that they were making this, after, you know, they James Gunn had took it over, and I'm over here thinking like, man, that's good that they got James Gunn doing this, because after everything he did with Guardians of the Galaxy, you would expect him to spearhead something like this. And it just really sucks. I don't want to say, you know, I don't like DC. You know, I make a lot of Marvel content, but it's just overall the products they've put out, you know, it's not really great for the audience. Even if I was, you know, if I didn't have the background that I had, you know, who is this show marketing to? You know, is it marketing to kids? You know, it has a lot of cussing in it. You know, I understand if he wants to drop the F-bombs in it, but, you know, Superman that James Gunn did, that he directed and wrote, it didn't have that many, you know, cuss words in it, you know, and it's kind of weird, you know, to try to see how they're going to try to put those in the same realm or same universe. I don't feel like it is connected. It feels like, you know, another separated universe. I just don't understand. So what's confusing about this trailer? It's a lot of things that's confusing about it. You know, I don't understand the direction they're going when I'm watching this. Because if you look at it, the guy that got playing Hal Jordan, Kyle Chandler, I think is his name. He's an Emmy Award winner, which is great. I don't know a lot of the projects he's been in, you know, that he got the Emmys for. I'm sure that they're probably great if he got the awards for them. But Kyle Chandler is not a person I would expect to play this, to play Hal Jordan. You know, Hal Jordan, you know, even when Ryan Reynolds played him, you know, I think Ryan Reynolds did a great job as Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern movie. But as in a series, I hate that they're doing, it's almost the same route that Zack Snyder took with Batman. He's pretty much at the end. You know, I think if you wanted to bring new people in when it comes to even, you know, knowing about Green Lanterns or Lanterns, I think a younger Hal Jordan would have been better. Or not, I'm not trying to say like he needs to be younger, but I can't take a older Hal Jordan. You know, I just don't like, you know, Hal Jordan is Green Lantern. You know, it'd be like if they made the new Superman old. You know, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand the story of what they're going after as far as Hal Jordan, because if you look at Hal Jordan, you know, he's had different takes from each period. So if you're going to an older Hal Jordan, there's not a lot of older Hal Jordan from the Silver Age comics. There's older Hal Jordan in the Golden Age comics when it comes to like Crisis, when he was Parallax. But as far as him training John, you know, they weren't really that. The age wasn't different. You know, they were kind of the same age. It wasn't so much of, you know, them being older or one being younger. But that's my whole. That's what's confusing. John Stewart, who they got Aaron Pierre playing, you know, he looks like the John Stewart from the Justice League, the animated series. He looks like that John Stewart. He doesn't look like Silver Age John Stewart. Silver Age John Stewart had like an afro. You know, he had a more generic suit. He wasn't even in the service. He was I think he was an architect. Yeah. When it comes to, you know, and then that's what I'm saying, putting them together, you're putting a new John Stewart with a Silver Age or whatever age Hal Jordan. It's I just can't seem to get the dynamic, and it's kind of weird because even if you go back to try to make this relatable as far as like Men in Black, I feel like the Kyle Chandler is playing more of the loose cannon that Will Smith was playing. I feel like Kyle Chandler is playing Agent J, and Aaron Pierre is playing what's his name? Lee Jones. I forgot his name, but he played Agent K. Yeah, it's weird, the dynamic, because, you know, I don't understand. I would expect, I don't know, I would expect somebody like, let me see, if I can cast anybody to play Hal Jordan, and a good aged Hal Jordan, it would probably have to be Chris Pratt. And not the Guardians of the Galaxy Chris Pratt. I'm talking like Jurassic World Chris Pratt. Like, that would be a much better Hal Jordan than Kyle Chandler. And I'm not saying that Kyle Chandler is bad as far as, you know, acting or, you know, or all the other projects. I'm not a fan of Kyle Chandler. So I know that some of you who are watching could be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go watch this because Kyle Chandler's in it. I'm not gonna watch it because he's in it. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't excited. That the only thing that's, like I said, the only thing I liked about the trailer is the fact that Aaron Pierre is in it. But Aaron Pierre isn't gonna sell me on it if the story is trash. I know he'll be a great John Stewart. He definitely can pull off John Stewart. That was like crisp casting when it came to Aaron Pierre. But let's just talk about the trailer as a whole. What does it give us? It doesn't give us anything. It's not even telling you what I'm going to be watching. You know, when you go and watch something, even a series, you know, you can literally be like, oh, it's going to be about this. You go and watch, let me think of a show. Supernatural. Let's go Supernatural. There's another buddy cop TV show. You watch Supernatural and you know you watch a trailer for Supernatural, you know, okay, it's these two guys, they're brothers, they're trying to find this monster that hurt their family, and you know, that's what drags you into the show. You know, you're tagging along with these brothers trying to figure out what's going on with here. But this, I don't really know what's going on from the trailer. I don't know what's going on. I'm just seeing running, a lot of cars, a lot of sitting around. It's not telling me what's going on. You know, it's a lot of cussing in it. I'm okay, yeah, cuss words, great. What is this about? It's not looking good. It's as far as the show, it's not looking good. What my expectations are coming out of this, I don't have any expectations. I'm only expecting Aaron Pierre. Honestly, I had my whole thing is okay. My whole thing is let's go to the DC Studios thing. My whole thing is when James Gunn took over DC with Safran, when they took it over as the creatives behind it, I would have thought that James Gunn would be more comfortable doing a Green Lantern movie or a Green Lantern series. I thought he would be great if he spearheaded that because of what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy and just his mindset when it comes to filming animals, like Rocket Raccoon filming dogs. I thought that, being in the Green Lantern, wheelhouse, doing a space opera, I felt like that is what he should have been doing all along. But, I just don't like it. I don't like lanterns. I don't like what I was shown, and this is me being a Green Lantern fan. It just doesn't appeal, to anyone. I don't really know what audience you're trying to get to watch this show, because if you're marketing it towards a true detective or a murder mystery, what is this trailer telling you even that this is about that? It's not telling you anything. It's just walking and talking and cussing. That's it. That's all you see. You do see a ring in it. You do see a Green Lantern. You do see a suit. But even if I was just to take all that away, you really don't know what's going on. Just from an unexpected mind, you don't really know what this show is going to be about. If I had to guess, I couldn't even guess. Just looking at it, I'm just like, what's going on? Oh, he's flying now. Oh, wow. I don't know what I'm watching here. I don't know what this is, or just this is coming from an unexpected mind. So I don't know who the audience is or who they're marketing this show towards, but yeah, that was my reaction. I just hope, I just don't know, because I don't know really. I don't really know. If you were going to market this to me, I probably wouldn't watch it, because I'm a Jeff Johns Green Lantern Rebirth fan. If anything, Green Lantern, when it comes, if you want to market Green Lantern to me, it's going to have to be Green Lantern Rebirth. You're not going to be able to sell me on Silver Age Green Lantern. This Kyle Chandler old Green Lantern, it's not selling. I don't know who you're going to sell that to, but like I said, if it was the Silver Age, this isn't even the John Stewart you're supposed to be selling me. This is Aaron Pierre. Looks like the Justice League Unlimited Green Lantern, the new 52 John Stewart. This is what Aaron Pierre looks like. But you can't pair. It's almost like what Zack Snyder tried to do with Batman versus Superman. They had the new 52 Superman, but Batman was from the Dark Knight Returns. It just doesn't make sense to put these two together, just the same way as it doesn't make sense to put Batman and Superman together like how it was, because Batman was seasoned already and Superman was brand new. So when they fought, it's like there was no chemistry even in the fight. They didn't know each other. They didn't fight together. They didn't go through the trenches together. It just didn't make sense that Batman would even want to fight Superman at this point in his life. Like, he's done. And Superman's just beginning. Like, I would see... It was in the comics, in the Dark Knight Returns comics, it was a lot that built up to the story of him finally fighting Superman. There was a lot going on in the Dark Knight Returns than it was in the New 52 Superman. These two, I don't know the story. Like, it's even the story they're pulling from. Even if you take, let's see, I'm trying to stay in the DC, in the DC world. So, when Matt Reeves did The Batman, he referenced, he referenced A Long Halloween, and I think he referenced Batman Year One. So, if you're taking those references, I could see how you know where the storyline of the Batman's gonna go. Once again, comic book person, I'm gonna know because I know how it looks. I know what's marketed towards me. I know he's not a new Batman. He's still becoming Batman. But when it comes to this Green Lantern show, or Lanterns, I just don't know I don't know what source they're pulling from. Because if they're going to pull from the Silver Age, you're not going to have an audience. You'll have an audience, but it's not going to be a wide audience. Okay, let me just say that. If you're pulling from the animated, you're going to have my generation, the people who grew up in the 90s, from the Justice League Unlimited, from the Justice League animation, you're going to have the 90s generation. If you're pulling from the New 52, you're going to have a younger generation than that. You're going to have the early 2000s, or middle 2010 to New 52. But it's not. I'm not getting the New 52 vibes from this. I'm not getting Rebirth from this. I'm getting some Silver Age because of the older Hal Jordan. But if you're going to give me older Hal Jordan, don't give me New 52 / Rebirth John Stewart. It just doesn't make sense to me. It'd be like if I still can't remember the actor that plays from the Men in Black, Lee Jones, Tommy Lee Jones. There it is, Tommy Lee Jones. If you gave me the now Tommy Lee Jones, and then you gave me Fresh Prince Will Smith, it wouldn't make sense to me. It's like this guy is a kid, and this guy we need another K. Okay, it's I don't know. I don't feel like they're doing Hal Jordan justice. And then I think they're putting too much on John or Aaron Pierre. But my whole thing is, just why not just separate it? Why not just, like, I feel like this show should have been like a whole flashback in a movie. Like, it shouldn't be a series. It should be what they did to meet in like a flashback. That's almost like, if I don't want to reference Marvel, but let's take this in Marvel. If I was to tell you Falcon was going to be given the shield in the first Captain America movie, it wouldn't make sense to just now give him the shield. I feel like Aaron Pierre, John Stewart should have come in like maybe the second or maybe the third Green Lantern movie. I don't feel like that he should be introduced in a series. I feel like Hal Jordan should get a series, and then he should get a series with Guy Gardner. Like, it needs to be Hal Jordan and Guy in the series. Like, that would have been solid. But to throw Aaron Pierre in the beginning of the series, I don't feel like it should have been done. I feel like it's too soon, especially if you're still trying to keep Hal Jordan or whatever, pass the torch or whatever. I just don't feel like justice was really done, you know, for these characters. But that was my reaction, you guys. I'm gonna continue to do more reactions like this. If you like this reaction, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or hit the like button. Please share this out. Thank you, guys.